Hi there folks, we're Travel with Johnny and Will and we're currently on MSC World Europa. This is our day 3 vlog, we are docked in the port of Genoa in Italy. And we started our day by getting up and heading to the buffet for breakfast. We haven't managed to get up super early yet to go to the main restaurant. Do have that planned, so we just need to make sure we set an earlier
We're
alarm.
just being super lazy. Yeah.
We're on holiday, so come on. Straight upstairs to the buffet. I had my usual Birchwood muesli.
No surprises here. I had usual cereal and actually tried a little bit of a hash brown and some baked beans today.
Which is a big thing for Will because he's not a fan of cooked breakfasts. And I had some scrambled eggs and bacon, and I also had hash browns, which were really nice and crispy. We had a good breakfast as we were heading out ashore.
We're docked in Genoa, and today we had planned to go to the aquarium. The aquarium from where we're docked in Genoa, it's just around the dock a little bit. It's about half a mile away from the ship, and you can actually see it if you're on the right side of the ship from your balcony. Mm-hmm. So as we were going through the cruise terminal building, there was an MSC representative, and she was offering tickets for MSC guests to the aquarium for €25 per adult and 18 for children above 3.
Mm-hmm. So that is a slight saving because if you pay at the door of the aquarium, it is a bit dearer. You can book online and it's a bit cheaper.
However, you're restricted to a certain time of that day, whereas our tickets were open and we just went straight through, scanned the ticket, and we were in the aquarium.
Yeah, because when you arrive at the aquarium, you'll see that there's like ticket kiosks outside. So you'll have to queue for those, and then you queue to actually get in. So it meant then that we sort of bypassed the ticket booths and just then joined the queue to head, scan and go on into the place. So yeah.
The aquarium is a nice way to spend about 1 to 2 hours. I think we spent around 2 hours. They have all sorts of sea life, so they had the likes of fish and sharks, and they had seals.
Dolphins.
They also had dolphins, which I wasn't really a big fan of, although the tank was pretty deep, but not that big for a dolphin. But
you learn a lot about the whole conservation thing and how they are really working to keep these species literally reproducing and to stop them going extinct.
I think the 2 dolphins that were there, they've always been in captivity, and their parents were in captivity, so they probably wouldn't survive too well outside of the tank. Anyway, there was also a large section at the back which was like a touch tank, which I felt was a bit mean, and there didn't seem to be anybody looking over it, like staff to prevent people from hurting was it the stingrays or those wee floaty fish?
Yeah, you had loads of kids and all, literally digging their hands in.
Oh, but then there was adults.
Loads of adults too that were splash, splash, splash in the water, and I'm just because that's true.
That's what the fish want to see.
Yeah, and here and all the rest of it. So, we went there for a couple of hours. The weather wasn't fantastic today. It wasn't freezing cold or anything, but it was just very overcast and that. So, we weren't really wanting to go and explore the city itself, just as it wasn't that warm. So like Will said, it is a nice way to spend a couple of hours of your time.
And the funny thing about the aquarium is that back part where they have the tanks, it's actually it looks like a boat that's permanently docked within this site where it is. So it's an unusual site, so it is.
Yeah. And so after the aquarium, then we headed back to the ship for lunch. We had late lunch.
Oh, what about that? There was that big pirate ship on the way over.
Yeah, actually, I think if we ever come back to Genoa, I did notice a sign, so you can go onto that ship. I did see a sign with
it looks very interesting.
So I think the next time we come here, we probably would have a wee look around that ship. But we came back then for a late lunch, and we really wanted to go and just grab a snack from the poolside grill, because the sun started to come out a bit, and we wanted to sit outside, but the poolside grill wasn't open. So we ended up then having to go into the buffet yet again.
Possibly the weather wasn't good enough for it to open, but just nothing out in the poolside grill.
Yeah. So we actually just went to the back of the buffet and took our food outside, and we enjoyed it out then as the sun was starting to come out.
So as we had lunch at the back of the ship, just at the back of that buffet, there is a bar called Zen Bar, and it is basically the bar for the two pools that are on deck, 18 or 19 is it? And these are the pools, and this is the bar that overlooks the World Promenade. So you would definitely need a head for heights if you were sitting at this bar. And actually, I had to move seat because we were originally sitting on like the spinny seats, but then it was just a drop right down, and it just made me feel a bit sick. So we moved to the side then, and then I was okay. But yes, and at this level as well, it's right at the back of the ship, and there's like a bridge that joins the two big sides of the ship, and there's a glass bottom on it. So if you dare walk on the glass bottom, but there were some people who were not able to do it.
The those pools, the back there in the Empire, they're adults only, and they are heated.
Yes.
So, but there was nobody in the pools yesterday whenever we were there.
Yes, but adults only, no kids. That was great.
Yeah. The not that we've anything against kids, but we just wanted a relaxing drink, and there obviously, whenever you go to the main pool, there was quite a lot of kids. There is quite a lot of kids on this cruise. You know, so it can be a bit of a ruckus around the main pool and the indoor pool. So the afternoon then, after we had a few drinks at the Zen Bar, we just took an hour or two to ourselves just to chill out. And then we were heading to our main dining room tonight, which was Bubbles, for our main dinner.
Yeah, so the one thing about tonight's dinner is the service was so quick. We were in and out in like 45 minutes probably. So tonight I had the tomato soup to start, the pasta bolognese, and then I had a little pistachio layered dessert thing. It was all really good. Yeah.
I had the same tomato soup, and it was quite strange because there were like wee bits of like mozzarella cheese in it.
Oh yes.
And then I had I had lamb for dinner, and then I had like a chocolate sort of layered cake for my dessert, which was really yummy.
It's time for the show now. Tonight's show was like a rock type show, rock music and that sort of thing, and it was called Echo. Again, all the usual songs that you would hear, big production from the cast, and they actually had roller skaters, roller skaters on the stage, and they did a flip and stuff.
No, there was another guy that did this flip, and we sort of thought, like, literally he came onto the stage, running from one side of the stage, flipped, ran off, and then that was his part of the show done.
He didn't even come out again, did he?
No, he didn't.
Maybe at the end.
He liked to clap,
but
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really strange, because when you look at the cast on stage, you know, there's so many of them. But apart from the singers, which there's 4 of them, and then dancers, which there's like 6 or maybe 8 of them, there is all these other like acrobatic artists and things like that sort of just come on to do like a little something and then they leave. You know, but yeah, but the show was really good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and so did the audience. Like it was packed out. You know, at that
really
show
busy,
it was really packed. And we were lucky to get. You know, we got good seats. And we were lucky to get those. And it is just a point, if you haven't watched any of our other vlogs, is that here in MSC, on the MSC For Me app, it's important to reserve your place at the show you want to see. You still can go, and if there's seats available, they'll let you in the last 5 minutes before the show starts. But up until that point, then they do check your card to make sure you've reserved your spot.
But then they also let people in when the show has started, and there's so many people that are coming in late, and there was a couple that arrived to one of the shows, and I'm not joking, they were about 25 minutes late. They were literally on the last 2 songs, and they went and sat right at the front, and I just thought, well, you missed the whole show. What was the point of you coming in? And yeah. But we can't control the actions of others. No.
Yeah. And then after the show, then we had another show booked. But on the way to that other show, we were sort of stopped in the World Galleria, and there was like music was pumping and all, and whenever we sort of looked to sort of see what was going on, it was the entertainment crew, and they had these like one had like a ribbon thing, and one had like a thing with lights on it, and basically
One of them had wings. With
yeah,
lights.
one of them had wings with lights on it. So this was nearly like a bit of like a snippet from what the theme disco was going to be, which was Nature Party that night.
Yes.
And that is at the Panorama Lounge at the back of the ship after their shows finish. So we had then booked a slot to go and see the production of Let's Get Loud. And that was in the Panorama Lounge, and I loved it. It was It
was like a cross between like a bit of reggaeton music, Shakira, sort of like Ricky Martin,
yeah,
mixed with Strictly and all those dances, and aerial artists.
yeah. So there's a fella and girl, and they come out, and she's up on a rope and she's swinging around the place, and the next minute she comes out with her hoop and she's doing all this in the hoop,
Yeah.
and then they both come out, and if anyone's seen the movie The Greatest Showman, do you know like the guy was not Zac Efron, like, but do you know the scene where him and her are like on their ropes and they're like singing and spinning around the place?
Rewrite the Stars,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah.
They were sort of doing this with these aerial straps and all, while there was like singers and dancers performing. It was a real good show, and that lounge is great. Like the dance floor has like a screen.
As graphics, and then they
graphics
project graphics onto the blind. They close
Yeah.
the blinds of the big windows, and they have really good graphics on the blinds.
Yeah, and even your tables light up, and the table
That's
lights
right.
are matching the main lights of the chandeliers and
Yeah.
things in the room. It was a really good immersive experience of a show.
And the other thing
full of
that's good
energy.
about that venue is that as you go in, there's a large bar on the right hand side, and they are making up drinks. They're not
Yeah.
just providing like a limited amount of drinks, which was the case for Virtuosa at the Carousel Lounge, isn't that right?
Yeah.
But here they were making up any drinks that were on the menu, which is really nice.
Yeah, but that was such a great show. I really enjoyed it, and it was just one of those high energy kind of shows. It was brilliant.
So after the show, I wanted to try a few bars that we hadn't been to yet, and reason being that we didn't really know they were there, and anytime we'd walked past them, they were sort of empty.
Mm-hmm.
So the first of these bars was the Elixir Bar, and when we went in, I think there was 2 other guests, and that was it. So it was just us and them. So yeah, Elixir on board is a cocktail bar. It's got a very darkened sort of atmosphere, and there was a DJ playing sort of odd
Just
tracks, like sort
no,
of
they were just very chilled out. It
very
was like,
chilled.
like Ibiza chilled kind of music.
Yeah.
Um.
And then a lot of the drinks in this bar were above and beyond which would be on your premium drinks package. So I had ordered one of the beer-based cocktails, and mine was included within our package. And you had ordered...
I ordered one that had gin in it, and it was very nice. It was like a sweet and sort of sour taste to it. But mine was €15, so that was above the price, obviously, of the drinks package. Now, one of the things we can't work out here is we've been on MSC before, and we've heard people saying that, if you get a drink above the drinks package cost, you pay the full price of the drink. So if your drinks package covers a drink up to €10, for example, and your drink is €11, you pay €11. You don't pay €1. However, when we got the receipt, or you had to sign that, you had to sign the tablet because there was going to be a charge. The receipt came, or whenever we checked our online bill, we were billed €1.15, and we sort of thought, this is very strange. But as it works out then, that would mean then that basically all I did that time was I paid the €1 above the drinks package price, because that amount was €15. So we paid €1 more, and then the 15 cents was actually the tax on the €1.
Yeah.
But we struggled to get our head around that at first, because like I say, we've heard on other MSC ships that you have to pay the full price of the drink. So I'm not sure whether that has just changed or whether they just make it up as they go along. So after we finished our drink in Elixir, we headed then just across to the other side of the Galleria, and we went to the champagne bar. And again, there was like 4 people on it. And we had a couple of champagne cocktails.
Yeah, I had a Bellini. I had an MSC Bellini. That was really good.
And after that, like I say, they're in that champagne bar. You can buy some snacks as well, which are like oysters and things like that. Nothing that we would eat. Caviar. But yeah, but again, there was nobody there, and I
nearly think that nobody was in it because they nearly thought that those bars would only have premium drinks, and then if you were maybe on a lower package, you would have avoided those places because you would have went. Maybe that's what the perception was.
Yeah.
But the other thing about those bars is that they were on deck 8.
Yeah.
So they were the highest bars above the gallery and the furthest away. So maybe it's just the location was bad for them.
Yeah. And then we basically finished the night off back at the gin project for a couple of little gins before we called it a night.
As you will have probably guessed, after the gins we went to Pizza and Burger for some late night snacks to end the evening.
So folks, thanks very much for watching our video. This has been day 3 and we've been in Genoa on MSC World Europa. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments section below. Don't forget that the bell icon to be alerted the next time we post a new video. Thanks for watching.
Bye.